have your meeting requests here. You'll have our team that you can talk to. We can also share screens with you. If you look at it, this could replace Teams or Slack for you. So you can share screens, create a to-do for your team, but any questions you ask our team, we want to keep a trail of those conversations. Because right now, most legal providers, you send an email and it all gets lost in translation on who's doing that job, who's completed it. So our team can pick up what you're talking about with our team. Anyone, someone's sick, they can pick it up and keep that job, all those questions and answers for you all in one place. So what we've created in here, if you look at us as the iPhone, everything else is the apps that will plug into it. So you'll have 150 legal documents in here, live webinars and events, that's all included. This is all included in the free account. We've created not just a strategy and support hub, we've called it now our success hub, because we're looking at firms that don't know how to price legal documents. If I ask firms right now on here, you know, what do you charge for a company? Firms are charging between $1,000 and $3,000. There's a big change in the market on how to price these documents. So we've got recommended retail pricing on our documents for you. If you need client, let's say a deed update letter or ebooks to send out to your clients, you search in here. This is all free content for you to market out to your clients. So you can see we're not just about the end result, which is the document, but how to get those new clients, how to inform your clients of your existing documents and how to update those to keep your clients compliant. So when we're going into the document wizard, I'll show you this. We'll get into the BGL integrations in a minute. When you log in, you upload your logo, your teams, you'll have your integrations in here and you plug in. So this is where you will plug into BGL CAS, Xero and FuseSign. So when you go into My Documents, these are all the documents that you have created in draft, in pending, and out for signing. So when you go to your action button, there will be a button in here, and I'll explain it in a minute with the BGL integration to push to CAS for you. But let's go through here. I just want to create a real quick document for you. You can create any document within a minute. So you'll have 150 documents in here. And straight away, if you look at the top documents, you might go, Ben, what the hell is a family protection trust non-foreign person versus a normal discretionary trust? So before you order any document, we want to educate you of what's in the document. This is a big key that I want all accountants to get out of this session today is, what are you getting from your current providers? And have you reviewed of what's in the document? So if you go to the About button, we're not shy. We'll give you the sample document. This is exactly what's in it. Here's a recommended retail price for it. There's the general information on that document, the benefits, the FAQ, and the how-to video on all of our documents that we've created. So even straight after this session, why we haven't launched the CAS BGL, we are launching 40 new documents in the next 40 days. So that's when you'll be able to connect to it, because we wanted to upload all the latest documents. All documents have been reviewed since December externally with legal sign-off with the latest clauses. When the law changes on any of our documents, legal team will pull it down, make the changes for you. And that's what the live support is and why we connect with our members on a daily basis. We get a new case study. It gives us the ability to change the document for you. But let's go in and create a document just really quickly. I will do our biggest strategy right now is update your constitution. So to a LightYear Docs constitution. So let's do BGL. Okay. Create this really quick. This can save in the group folder or the client folder. So that name was taken. So I've just created a new name. I've done a few BGL tests. So this will come up with our legal disclaimer, right? So you're not giving legal advice. So what you're accountable is the data that you put in here. So do you want to include the Asic guidelines? Does the current constitution need to be upgraded? Click yes. Over to LightYear Docs Standard Company, retain all existing shares. So I'm just updating a quick constitution here to include a successor director. So let's say I'm a sole director and I pass, you don't have a successor, someone could challenge that estate. You include a successor, they can't challenge that estate. So update it, right? So put in the new company name. You just put in the existing ACN of the company. Right, so this is where I'm going to show you the integrations to stop this data input. So if you entered in the data once, it will remember it. But this is where the CAS integration, I'll show you in a second, will plug in. So this is with no integration. I just wanted to show you this first so you can see it doesn't really matter. You can just create the document. So there's the current directors, current shareholders, and we've just updated a constitution straight away. So firms are charging around $400 to $500 to update this. It's a great strategy for your sole directors out there that we've just done. So that will assemble, create the PDF, and create the actions for you. Okay, but that's how you can go into our platform. You can relaunch the document, legal review, order a hard copy, and there's the PDF ready to go for the client. Now, a real interesting one on this one, e-signing was a real interesting challenge for us that we really liked. We've partnered with FuseSign, same as BGL. So each state has a different ruling. So we've written an ebook for you. Please reach out to me if you would like it. It's ben@lightyeardocs.com.au of what state and what documents can be signed. So we've just done a quick run through without the integrations. So let me just show you what the integrations that we have created for you. I'll just bring up the slides for you. Right, so everyone can see these slides? Yep. Perfect. So this is the first slide of the integrations. You'll simply log into BGL CAS 360. Everyone on the webinar today, if they want to email ben@lightyeardocs.com.au, as soon as the 40 documents have been uploaded, you will get first access for being on this webinar today. So once that's connected, and let's say we've created a company. If you've never created a company in LightYear Docs, you'll have the ASIC payment status completed, the ACN, the ASIC receipt. So then you'll have your next step. So Daniel's going to run through how you can create a company in CAS in a minute. Then we can send the PDF document to CAS 360. Then you can utilize the e-signing through FuseSign. Companies, most banks don't accept. So just be careful on that, but I'll send you the ebook. Now you can replace all your constitutions in CAS to upgrade to a successor director solution. And then once you create a company, the next step is to create the 362 form. So there'll be create a 362 form and push it straight across. So that's the CAS 360 integration, but make sure you please email me so we can put you on the list first so we can connect you. Now, the second one, because we've got 45 super documents, this is a great one. When you create a super fund, so this is creating a super fund, the next thing is you can pull data from 360, update details in 360s and send documents to 360 as well. Now, the other big one is stage 2 will be for the trust register. When you create a trust in ours to push over to BGL's trust register that I truly believe has been underutilized by accountants to manage your trust, update your trust to a leading member, issue units, transfer units is such an underutilized part to the platform, right? So please reach out to me direct for end of year offers or create a free account with us. But this should be a no-brainer when you see the quality of the documents, the integrations between the two partnerships as well. But Daniel, are you there, my friend?
Absolutely, Ben.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of information for everyone, but that is the power of the two platforms together, and it's only going to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Ben, and I know that we'll loop back to you to close it off. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend a little bit of time talking or just going through CAS 360. Now, one of the things that and I hope you can all see my screen there with CAS 360. Yes, you see that, Ben?
Yes.
Okay, so CAS 360 has been around since 2017, and you know, it's had magnificent uptake, lots of people moving to it. And one of the things that we've really been able to do is simplify the whole corporate compliance process. And we know that when it comes to corporate compliance, we do it really, really well. And one of the things that BGL has always been really good at is partnering with people and providers within the industry and in the space to be able to provide our clients with choice, with who they want to engage with, and then they can use those choices to provide the holistic solutions to their clients. And today I'm going through this, you know, with Ben and through LightYear Docs and how that all works. And we're very proud of the integration that is being built and what we're going to be pushing out, because what it will do is it will promote seamless integration between the products and seamless exchange of documents and information that you would otherwise have to put in manually and or you'd have to upload manually. So when you prepare some documents in LightYear Docs, it'll automatically push them through to CAS 360. You're going to be able to use CAS 360 to also push data the other way insofar as contact details, etc. So what it does, it creates a two-way synergy where the two products talk to each other, and you know that through the expertise that LightYear Docs provide and what we do in the corporate compliance and trust management space, that you're going to be able to tick off all the check boxes when it comes to the compliance or the Asic compliance function of managing your companies. Just as a in a bit of a nutshell, one of the things I love about CAS 360 and its design is the way that it's very much changed the system of managing your corporate compliance from something that you'd have to go to Asic to pick information up from or use multiple systems to manage the data and manage the workflow, to now CAS 360 really has changed that on its head, insofar as we now go to Asic and automatically pick up data and information and push it through to you. And ultimately what we're trying to do is to not only make the user experience from the CAS 360 perspective an easy one, but also the experience and the service that you deliver to your clients, making that a really positive and strong one too. So this is just going to give you three things I'm going to go into: the company selection screen, I'm going to show you something on company registrations and the integration that we have there with LightYear Docs, and then also I'm just going to go briefly into trusts, as Ben mentioned, is included in the whole price of CAS 360. So with CAS 360, you're not only able to manage the companies, but you can also manage unlimited trusts. So if you have a company that has 4 or 5 trusts, whether it be unit trusts, hybrid trusts, discretionary trusts, you can manage those type of entity types, and you can basically manage the entire register, produce all the necessary documents, resolutions, etc. And I know at this time of year in particular, when we're doing all the trust distribution minutes, it comes in very, very handy, because not only can you generate it from within CAS 360, but you can also push it straight out to your clients for digital signing. And once it's all been signed, it all comes back into CAS 360 and gets filed as a document. So just very quickly, just want to show you the power of CAS 360. And all I'm going to do is just hover over a couple of options that are available within the software. And you'll see here that when I come into CAS 360, I have my companies. Now, what we do is through CAS 360 is that, as I said before, we're pushing data to you. So you don't have to go and run all these particular systems and processes to manage the compliance function. We're pushing data to you. So you can see here that in these columns, I have information that's getting pushed to me on a daily basis. So down here, I'm having a look at CAS's wonderful PTY Ltd. When that first column there is highlighted in green, it's telling you that an annual review has been received. I can simply click on the go to annual reviews, and I can, in an instant, compare the data with Asic, push the annual review to the client, and then get that digitally signed, literally within a few moments. And then what ends up happening is that in this middle column here, any documents that you have produced for your clients, say a Form 484, etc., you lodge those, or sorry, you generate those, you send them to your clients. In that process of awaiting the signature, the system is doing a number of things. One, it's managing the interaction with the client. And if the client then signs a document that comes back, you are notified through some very clever mechanisms that the document has come back and has been digitally signed, as you can see here. And I'm showing here the digital signing with FuSign. Or within the system itself, it can push a notification to you that the document has come back. So if a client hasn't got back to you within that the 28 days, you can very easily also send reminders directly from the home screen. And the beauty about the sending of the reminders is not only does it push it through to the clients, but then it also maintains a history of the touch points that you've had with the client. So if a client ever comes back and says to you, I didn't receive this, or you didn't send me any notifications, you've actually got a full history of it. So collecting, generating the annual review is really simple. Managing the documents and the deadlines is really simple because we're pushing that information to you. The other one that we do really well is managing your Asic debt. So if you've got clients who owe money to Asic, we tell you exactly what's outstanding. We tell you when it's being paid. We tell you when there are amounts that are overdue and the days that they're overdue. But not only do we do that, we allow you to do things like download the invoice, refresh the balance to make sure that it's current. We can also send your clients a reminder, and you've also got the option to pay directly through Australia Post the outstanding amount. So these are features that I know make a difference to our clients' lives, because I know that many scenarios where I've come across where people are using spreadsheets, downloading forms of documents from Asic and agent reports to try and manage what their clients are doing. Now, for example, here, I'll give you a great example with the annual review fee. Yes, the client receives the annual review fee. What we do is that we tell you the status of that annual review fee. And then once the client has paid the annual review, then we clear the amount of outstanding debt notifications. We clear that notification. And then the last one is all around the director IDs. So what the team has been phenomenal in developing what I believe to be the best system for managing your director IDs. So within CAS 360, anything that's in green, that's telling you that you have the director IDs for the clients. For those that haven't got the director IDs, right, you can see in this case here, and I'll hover over a couple of them. You've got here information regarding director IDs. Bean Roasters has 4 directors that don't have a director ID. So let's go to director ID. The system tells you who they are. The system also allows you the ability to easily add the director ID within there, and it automatically then adds that to the system. But the beauty about this too is that you can send reminders to your clients about the director ID, but not only can we send the reminder, but then we also send a complete set of instructions on how to generate the director ID and then get it back to CAS 360. So not only are we maintaining a full register of the director IDs, but we're making it very easy for you to be able to identify the companies for which the directors have provided director ID for versus those that haven't provided the director ID for. And those that haven't, you can easily manage the process directly from the director ID function, which we know has made a significant difference to our clients, because now they're dealing with a set of notifications and reminders rather than having to go through many manual systems to try and get the outcome. And we know that the deadline is approaching. I know it's still about 4 months away, but by the 30th of October, all the existing directors need to have the director IDs, and they have to generate that. But then you also know that for any new company that's incorporated, any new directors that weren't previously directors need to also get that director ID before you can incorporate the company. So it's a really important process that you need to be across, and you need to be able to manage, and CAS 360 does that for you beautifully. But when it comes to the company registrations, now this is where it gets really exciting for you as an agent. One of the things that we know that a lot of agents do is that they work with external providers to be able to generate documents, to incorporate companies. Now, obviously with LightYear Docs, there's a beautiful integration that will be available that will allow you to generate the document, push it through to CAS 360 directly from the system, and it automatically populates, brings the documents through. But many people don't know this, that you can actually incorporate your own companies from CAS 360, and you can use the LightYear Constitution. Now, one of the things that we want to just be clear on is that the whole digital certificate requirements in the past that prohibited you from generating or from incorporating a company have now been removed. So now as an agent, you can generate the 410, incorporate the company, all you need to do to be able to do that is have a direct debit set up with Asic, so that once that form is incorporated, they pay the fee. And what we've done to this is that then once you've generated the form for the incorporation documents, I can then go through and purchase a constitution. And you can see here that I've got LightYear Docs sitting at the very top, and I can purchase a constitution template from LightYear Docs for $99. Now you can see here, if I click on sample, it'll give me a sample constitution of what the LightYear constitution will look like. Okay, so it's got all the information here. The beauty about the integration is that once I've generated the 410, all the details relating to the officers and the members will automatically get populated into this document. Once it's automatically been populated, you can then send this directly to your clients for digital signing, and or if you want to deliver it to them in PDF because you want them to print it out and produce it in, and sign it with a wedding signature, you can do that too. But all that heavy lifting of having to populate the constitution is managed by the wonderful integration that we have. So for $99, you can now purchase a constitution, have it populated with the Form 410 details, and have it automatically sitting or delivered to your clients very, very simply, very, very quickly, get it digitally signed and have it pushed back into CAS 360. These are the processes that are making the difference. And the power of this is the fact that what it enables to do is that the smaller agents, and I've seen this happen, smaller agents now are able to incorporate their own companies and then generate a constitution. So something that they're paying $1,500 or $1,600 for, up to $2,000 for, they can now do this themselves. And that's the power of our integration. And that's the benefit that you get from having such document providers like LightYear on the system, is that it allows you to do what in the past was simply not possible. Now, one of the ones that I love talking about is the whole trust function within CAS 360. The trust function within CAS 360, I personally believe, is one of the best trust registers going around. And yes, Ben is right. It is underutilized. Now, you can see here that with the full trust register, if I want to, I can go through and I can upload my existing trust deed into this. So if your client has an existing trust deed and you want to push that into here, you can. With the integration that Ben was talking about, if you want to incorporate a new trust, you can do that from within here by adding a new trust. You can also update the deed through here by updating the deed that's provided by LightYear Docs. So the document side of it is well and truly under control, and you have lots of possibility and ability to do what you need to do there. When it comes to the whole management of the trust, if we have a look at the unit holders, okay, you can see here that it has a full register of unit holders. And within here, I can easily go through and do additional allotments. I can come in and do cancellations, redemptions, whatever it may be. I can do all that through here. But the power in this is I can also go through and do distributions, and I can create distribution minutes if I want. Now, this is a unit trust. If I went into a discretionary trust, so if I go back to trusts and I'll go into a discretionary trust, okay, and I go into my beneficiaries, I can then come through and add a distribution, and I can add the different components of a distribution and generate the distribution minute. Really, really powerful stuff at your fingertips that's fully included in CAS 360. So when it comes to CAS 360, not only do we allow you to make the process of managing your companies easy, but that whole other elements of trusts and beneficiaries and unit holders, etc., we've added that all included in CAS 360, and we know that it allows you to easily manage the whole compliance aspect of companies and trusts simply. And you have the assurance that it's all compliant because that's what we specialize in. So insofar as the integration with LightYear Docs and BGL, Ben, I know, has done, put some very generous offerings on the table, and I encourage you to take those up. I also encourage you to investigate and look into the integrations, because they make a huge difference. And as Ben said, they're legally reviewed, they're backed. You can trust and rely on those documents when you need them. And more importantly, if you do get into any form of trouble or your clients get into any trouble, then you have the right documents to back you. So the other thing that I'll just briefly mention, if you're not using CAS 360 and you'd like to know more, you'd like to learn more about it, reach out to BGL. We can be easily contacted on 1300 654 401, or if you like, I'll put my email address in the chat in a moment. I'll just put that now in the chat. I'm just going to put in my email address. It's danielt@bglcorp.com.au. We'd love to show you more. We'd love to go through with you more. We have a great team behind us that will ensure that if you do want to move across, if you're using a different provider, we make that process really simple. We support you, we train you, we allocate an account manager to you, and we really focus on the end-to-end experience, which we know differentiates us from many other providers in the space. So, Ben, over to you. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, it's been great. Thank you for that, Daniel. And just so everyone knows, me and Daniel have been in this space with corporate compliance for a very long time. And I was moving firms off desktop platforms. If you're on the Asic portal, you need to go cloud-based. This is my number one tip for you today. You have to go cloud-based with corporate compliance. You're missing out on so many efficiencies for your business. I mean, you're going to save 70% of time when it automates annual statements, debt reports, creating these documents, and having all that historical data in one place is so crucial. And correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel, it's so quick to move your companies over to a new platform. You just need your agent number. That will pull in all the existing companies. If you've got 1,000 companies, it would move all your companies over, right? The next steps would be to upload your unit trusts and your discretionary trusts.
We can help out a little bit with that. If you give us details of the trust names, then we can bring that information in, but then you'd have to do a little bit of manual work to connect the people, etc., to the trusts. But the beauty of it is that with CAS 360 going forward, any changes that you make to the register and any additions you make to the register, it will automatically keep track of those, and you can always go back and pick up that history if you have to.
Yeah. Daniel, just your email again for, you got it, everyone now. Perfect. Yeah. So the other big part is out of today's session, please do review your current documents. Like if they're not up to speed, they haven't been updated, you really need to get the latest clauses. And when are those documents last been updated is a big question I ask firms on a daily basis. Review your current documents, making sure your clients are getting high quality documents where you can get some legal support. A lot of firms are just doing what they've been doing for the last 10 to 20 years and think that's okay without educating themselves on what the client is getting in that document. The old saying is review the deed. We're saying review the constitutions as well. It's just as important. And think about succession at the beginning with your clients, not the end. A lot of these documents are finally being challenged. They haven't been challenged before. So that's really important for us to educate you of what's in the document, give you the strategies and a high quality document, and plug in to amazing platforms like BGL that have been here for a long time. And will be here for a lot longer as well, that are constantly getting feedback from their clients and developing at a high speed of a rate. So if anyone's got any more questions here, Daniel, if we've got any questions, please reach out to me at ben@lightyeardocs.com.au, and please reach out to Daniel. But Daniel, have you got anything else to add, my friend?
No. It's a good time of year to look at things because we know that come July is maybe a little bit of a quieter time for accountants, and they do take a little bit of time out. So if you're going to look at the whole area of, technology and things that you are using and you're going to be reviewing it, the next couple of months is a good time to do it. And obviously LightYear Docs and Ben, the team there, and ourselves are more than happy to help you with any consideration and or choices.
Yeah. And Deb, I will send you an email separately as well about how the succession in director ID works too. But please reach out to me with any questions. But guys, thank you so much for today. Daniel, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Ben. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.